What's up, Janky fam? First vlog of the season, first event of the season, really the second event of the season, but we're gonna pretend this is the first event. And for this event, me and the crew got some walkie-talkies. Breaker, this is Janky Drift, 10-4 over. Anyway, I'm about to throw a mount for this in my car. I also need to swap out my diff bushings, which is gonna be a really shitty job, but I bought a transmission jack, and we gotta hustle through this shit and get it done. Not particularly exciting, but I 3D printed some mounts for the walkies. And I didn't just print it for me, I printed them for the whole damn crew. But they mount up with little GoPro mounts, which are hopefully gonna actually stick to my dashboard. Got a whole bag of them right here. All right, the lighting in here sucks, but I'd like to put it right here. Obviously, all of the coating is coming off, as it does with a lot of these cars. So maybe we'll just go ahead and take it off in that area, I guess. Seems to be the best course of action here. Of course, it looks like shit. There you go. Beautiful. Can't really see because of the lighting in here. But effectively, now, I can just talk shit. Garage is a disaster. It's actually as clean as it has been in a very long time. Basically like 30 tires in here right now. So, good times. For the first time, I am putting together a drift-specific toolkit because I got real tired of emptying all of my good tools out of my toolbox. So I bought a bunch of, let's say garbage tools, but I'm sure they'll hold up for what I need them for. And this is gonna be just like my permanent drift toolbox. First off, some knee pads. These are actually for taking the wheels on and off, especially when it's wet outside. So I'm hoping these will come in handy. Some funnels, Allen wrenches, dead blow hammer, a couple of pry bars, just some little mini picks. You never quite know when you're gonna need these, but when you do, you do. Part of the existing toolkit, but some coilover wrenches. Some of these random large sockets. Like I'm pretty sure this one's from my truck, but fuck it. A little pinch weld puck. If you get real tired of crushing in all your little pinch welds in the bottom of your car, grab one of these things. Here's a thin wall socket to try to avoid scratching the shit out of the wheels. I need to find a case for this, but torque wrench. Valve stem removal tool. Hacksaw. Some tin snips. A couple of Sharpies for some reason. This little tiny roll of black electrical tape, which I need to replace. Some zip ties. A large adjustable wrench. And a couple more. A shitload of assorted screwdrivers. Some sockets. Some, I guess, wire strippers. Some various impact extensions. A C-clamp, in case I need this for any reason. Handful of regular 3/8 extensions. Bunch of 1/2-inch impact sockets. Some vice grips. Some various little pliers and clippers and that kind of stuff. All right, real quick update on the toolkit. I bought some new ratchets for my home set. These are my old ones, so goodbye to you, sir. Here's a good 1/2-inch. And then I also bought a cheap wrench set. And now we're going to flash forward to me either working on the car or putting together the transmission jack. Okay, onto the car. So I mentioned that I was gonna do the diff bushing. Turns out, I lied. I am not gonna get that done before the event. I may do it after. Or I may do it after and just pretend that I did it before the event and then just edit it so it looks like I did it before the event and you all would never know. What I do need to do is move my seat back. I am not a tall person and this thing is basically directly up against my steering wheel. So I think at the moment I'm the only person that's able to get in and out of this car. So we're gonna go ahead and move it back. Sorry I didn't get some better footage of this. Fortunately, lighting is a pain in the ass when you're working inside the car. So even if I had a camera in there, you really wouldn't be able to see anything. But, pretty much just take the 4 bolts out, unbolt the bracket from the bottom, move the seat back on it, bolt it all back up, and get this thing ready to go to the track. I just moved it all the way back to the first, machined notch, and my foot is, fully extended to get the clutch all the way to the floor. So I'm gonna wind up moving it back maybe like a 1/2 inch from where it was. For an hour of messing around with this thing, I moved the seat back a whole 3/4 of an inch. Behold, the seating position that looks basically the same as it did before. Probably no surprise, had that giant list at the beginning of the video, did not get it all done, but screw it, we're just gonna send it. All right, so those knee pads, gonna get their first test run today. Make whatever jokes you wanna make. It's probably warranted. This is some shit that you don't do as a young dude, but as you get older, you appreciate more and more. So as cheesy as it looks, it is what it is. I still had my tires from the last event on the car, and they were completely shot, just torn apart, and you're going to see that in a couple of seconds here. Last time, you can see I chunked off the actual rubber in a bunch of places, so we can't run those today. So you're ready to get those swapped out for some freshies that I had up on the rack. You'll see me, you know, bolting everything up. I mean, I use torque wrench, whole 9 yards. Obviously not using jack stands because I have that jack point on the rear bash bar. But I think torque wrench is really essential. I mean, when you're running, you know, 40, 50 miles an hour sideways on a drift track, you don't want a wheel going flying off. It is so fucking cold here. It was actually snowing when I pulled up. I don't know what it is about the Poconos, man. But it's always windy as shit up here. All right. I'm gonna go do some laps. Got our walkie. I think we're good. But anyway, we're gonna do a couple of laps and then I'm gonna try to link up with Chris and Nick. I'm gonna hopefully show you their cars by the end of this video. I'm ready when you guys are. Train starts at the back of the line.
Alright, be there in a second.
These tandems are going to be a little bit of a shit show. It's been raining all day, obviously snowing this morning a little bit. And the track is super wet. It's starting to dry up in places. So you're getting spots where you really have to throttle in to keep it sideways. And other spots where it just is like ice. Chris has a IS300, I don't know, 2003-ish, something like that. Doesn't have a lot of power mods. It's mostly just angle and a couple of the suspension mods. Nick has a SN95 Mustang. It's one of the bubbly ones, so I'm assuming it's like early 90s, something like that, mid 90s. But anyway, that one actually has an LS in it, so it's a pretty cool build. I'm hoping to get to drive that one at some point. Nick, let me drive the car, please. Pretty please. Hell fucking yeah.
Hell fucking yeah, that's right. Chris, your car is bad, man.
But I got no complaints about this thing. That was fucking fun, dude.
I'm like, oh, car go. I had no power. So it's like, no.
For me, I just like basically just punch out.
Yeah, I don't have enough power.
Hey Nick, can you pass me? I'm trying to get some third car. Kevin, you're missing out, bro. I mean, I think for our first time running 3-car fucking tandems, that was pretty good. You know, you do this shit in a sim, and you crash cars, you reset, you're like, all right, don't worry about it. In real life, shit's expensive. So you'll see at the start of the clip, the dude in the Suburban throws up 4 fingers. That's basically asking us if we want to run a 4-car tandem. So that would be adding the BMW at the front of the line. So you see me throw my 4 fingers up, and then we just send it.
Yeah, I was going balls out chasing that dude.
Sounds like I need some more goddamn power.
At this point, the line has grown to like 6 cars. I'm still second in line, so you really can't see anything, but we had a full ash train going here. So we ran a whole bunch more after this. I don't know how much you folks want to watch the same cars go around the same track over and over again, so I'm going to spare you. For all intents and purposes, I'm pulling up to the trailer. We're going to pack it up and go home. Wink, wink. Back at the hotel, I gotta say that is one of the best days drifting I've ever had. I honestly think that might be the best day drifting that I've ever had. It rained, it was windy and cold as shit. But you know what? One of the things that I've learned about drifting is as much fun as you have in the car sliding it around, building connections in this community makes it like 100 times better. I'm still a little weird about putting cameras in people's faces, but I got Nick and Chris on camera a little bit earlier, as you probably saw, as well as some shots of their cars. But yeah, I mean, we ran tandems just nonstop, back to back, all day. I mean, I did no less than like 50 runs. If you are in the Northeast and you are looking for a shitload of seat time and a really good crew, you need to check out Ready, Set, Drift. Thanks again for watching. Please consider commenting, liking, and subscribing, as that helps the channel probably more than you realize. If you want to help the channel more directly, maybe consider buying one of these super cool vinyls from the Janky shop. Otherwise, I guess, just watch some more videos.